Alrighty, I think in that case, let's kick off tonight's webinar. First of all, thanks so much for joining our webinar. My name is JD Breitenbach, and I'm the founder of Sterling Marketing.
And I'm Jamey Lane, the Senior and Sales Marketing Specialist at Sterling Marketing. And in the next 30 minutes, you're gonna learn our exact strategies on how to grow your business tenfold without breaking your bank. We'll be discussing the following 3 secrets. So secret number 1, brand and business development. Secret number 2, funnels. Secret number 3, direct outreach.
Fantastic. Thanks, Jamey. And to everyone that stays towards the end of the webinar, what we're going to do is we're going to be sending you the transcript as well as a little bit more of a summarized version so that you can break this down and start implementing it in your business.
So now I know there are distractions all around us, but these strategies we're about to share can change your life. We really don't want you to miss a single crucial step. So please make a commitment to stay focused. Can you do that for yourself? Close your Facebook, stop checking emails, turn off your cell phones, send the kids to their rooms, and give us your complete attention. Are you ready?
So you're probably wondering how are we qualified at Sterling to run through these topics. So I think let me just quickly jump straight in and tell us a little bit about our story. So Sterling is basically a subsidiary of Sterling Steel and Partners, which has been operational since early 2014. Sterling Marketing has been running since the beginning of 2020 and has helped multiple clients in multiple industries, pretty much to grow everything that you see here, from brand to business development, funnels, social media management to SEO, basically by keeping our promises and creating a good feedback loop. So ensuring that we are constantly looking to improve our offering. My name is JD Breitenbach, and I am as I mentioned earlier, the director. I hold a BCom in banking. I come from a finance background for pretty much the last 10 years, with exposure to everything from ops, management, sales, marketing, business development, and strategy. And I'd say the main thing that draws me to the marketing space is I'm fascinated to see how to grow and scale businesses, as well as business automation.
So, as I mentioned earlier, I'm Jamey Lane. I'm the Senior Sales and Marketing Specialist at Sterling. I hold a diploma in counseling and coaching. I have 10 years of experience in sales, and I'm fascinated with the psychology of sales and understanding the arts and sciences of upselling potential prospects. Now, imagine what your life would be like after you know how to work smart instead of hard. Can you see it? Would it make things better for you? If yes, then stay tuned, buckle up, and enjoy the ride. So, our first secret is brand and business development. Now, what is brand and business development? They are correlated, but they're not the same. Brand development is taking products or services you offer and making it appeal to your target market. Looking at the whole business holistically and creating the image of your business to be recognizable and give your ideal clients a full view of your company's personality. While business development is the idea, the concept, the plan, or strategy that you choose to implement to help your business grow and expand. They are linked to one another because you may have the greatest business development strategy, but without the correct branding, nobody would even know that your company exists. Or you could have the correct branding, but without the correct business development strategy to position your company on the market, you lose your vision and the company won't stay afloat. When you start a new business and you figure out what product or services you want to offer, you need to be thinking about building the brand all the time. You need to visualize your brand and the customers who will help you make your brand successful. So while developing your business, i.e., products and services, always keep your brand in mind. Who will these products and services be for? What personality would you like your brand to portray? And does this personality fit your products or services? You can't be selling neon colored floaties in a formal or corporate way. They exude fun and they therefore should be sold in a fun way. The same goes for formal wear in a Metallica store. You won't be reaching your target audience and it won't be great for your business or brand development. Having a great brand and business strategy works because you visually speak to your target audience. You make them feel your brand, and because you are evoking emotions, people will give you more attention. I mean, look at the logo on the next slide. Now close your eyes, and what do you feel that this logo is telling you? What do you think they do? How does this logo make you feel? Well, what if I told you you probably thought wrong and these people sell natural peanut butter? Would you buy from them? Probably not. Now look at the next image. What do you think they do? How does this logo make you feel? Well, yes, they sell natural products. Their brand and business development is aligned and they make you feel what their personalities are and what they do with a simple image. By giving you this little exercise, I wanted to show you the importance of brand and business development. Can you imagine you have a fantastic product or services and you are either not getting any leads or very few leads? If this is a problem that you have, then I can almost guarantee that the problem lies within your brand and business development. Brand and business development strategies are one of the most important parts of marketing when it comes to your business, because without a strong strategy, your business will most likely not succeed. When it comes to brand and business development, people have very strong beliefs that might be putting their company's growth on hold. We've done some research to find the 10 biggest false beliefs that might be slowing or stopping your growth. Number one, brand and business development is all about the visual aspect. Now, this strategy includes every single aspect of your client's relationship, from who you want to service to how you'd like to service them, and right down to the choice of colors you choose, social platforms you use, and pricing and so on. Everything you do will reflect on your brand and business. How you respond or don't respond, your products or services, employees, information on social media, everything you do will have a positive or negative effect on your brand and business development. Number two, the first impression is the most important one. Well, while first impressions do matter, they are not the most important factor. You may lose a couple of clients here and there if you make a mistake on your first impression, since you may not get a chance to interact with this person ever again. But it's definitely not the only thing you should focus on. Remember, you can't pour all your money into marketing and not spend your time in creating a winning customer service strategy. Therefore, focus on all the aspects of brand and business development strategies. As you develop your brand, make sure your business is always aligned, otherwise, you will be wasting your money. Before you invest in your brand, ask yourself the following questions. Where have I lost focus in my business? Are there cracks in my systems that my clients could fall through? And can I make my client experience even better? The visualization of your ad goes away after the first impression, and therefore each interaction with your client after the initial ad or posting ads to the story of a client forms about you. This is the story they will be telling their friends and families. And if the story is good, you will get plenty of referrals. Number three, your brand should be based on your client's taste. Now, contrary to the belief, branding is not about giving into your client's tastes. It's about setting expectations and making promises you can keep. People will relate to your brand because they feel that the person behind it is the real deal and not because it's their favorite color. It is important to take your ideal clients into account when creating your brand, but this goes far beyond the surface decisions. You need visuals and a voice that sync with your essence.
I think, Jamie, to jump in there, that is probably one of the most important parts is you always need to have the correct client avatar who you're actually targeting in mind before you go to market.
Exactly. So number four, it's only the marketer's job to come up with all the aspects of your brand. Now, I know most of us would love to hand over all our worries to professionals and not think about it again. But branding is actually a very personal process. As a marketer that builds brands, we need to understand your business, values, goals, clients, as well as your natural affinities and strengths. Since this brand will be implemented in all your clients' interactions, branding is intense and requires you to be present and responsive. That is the only way we can develop a brand that fits with you instead of the other way around. Therefore, you may invite or pay someone else to assist you, but this is still your brand. The strategy they come up with needs to feel right to you, like they took the words right off of the tip of your tongue. Remember, your brand strategy should fit you perfectly, like a tailor-made suit just for you. Number 5, once you create a brand, you're stuck with it forever. Now, being noticed and building trust in your market takes time. So consistency during this time helps you set expectations for when the client is ready to work with you. On the other hand, you shouldn't stick with a brand that doesn't feel good to you. Here are some signs that your brand isn't working anymore. You attract the wrong type of client, your offers have evolved beyond your brand, you switched your focus to a new audience, your prices have gone up exponentially, making your brand look cheap, or you are embarrassed by your website or marketing materials. If you notice any of these signs, you may want to think about rebranding. It's completely normal for your brand to evolve over time. Since marketing is ever changing, it's suggested to freshen up your brand occasionally. A rebranding could involve light touch ups to an existing logo or creating a completely new brand. Number 6, branding equals advertising. Now, branding and advertising are most definitely not the same thing. Branding is the identity you create for your business. Advertising, on the other hand, is how you portray your identity to your clients. The two go hand in hand with one another. You cannot create a successful ad campaign without a solid branding strategy. Number 7, the perfect product can sell itself. Having a fantastic product that appeals to your target audience is great. But without proper branding, your product will easily be forgotten. The branding experience makes your product stand out. It evokes emotion, ideas, and shows the message you want your audience to resonate with.
I think to add to that as well, Jamie, there was a movie, I can't remember the name of it, but where he built a stadium and he said, if we build it, they'll come.
They'll come, yeah.
Yeah, remember that. Yeah. And unfortunately, when it comes to marketing, that's one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people do is they don't invest enough time and time, money, and pretty much just focus on creating the right content and putting two and two together.
Definitely, I agree with you. So here comes my favorite false belief, the one that irks me the absolute most. For all the control freaks and OCD people out there like me, I hate to inform you that you are most definitely not in control of your brand or how your branding should go. The truth is, your clients shape your brand and they can positively or negatively contribute to your brand identity. The key is to listen to the feedback from your clients and always try and better your brand. I'm not saying change the color because your client's favorite color is pink. I'm saying take positive feedback and run with it. Number 9, brand development is only for large companies. There is a very common misconception that branding is very expensive and therefore only reserved for larger companies that have huge revenue and can afford it. This is not true at all. While you do need time and funding to invest in your brand, the essence of branding lies in the overall experience, how you communicate with your target audience, and much more. Trust is all businesses need branding to grow. And success, even the larger businesses with the startup ones. Sorry, I had a hiccup there. Number 10, brand development is only for startup companies. Lastly, the contradiction of the previous myth. Now, obviously, a startup company needs to put time and effort into developing their brand, to establishing themselves in the market. But you shouldn't stop there. Your brand should evolve as your products, target audience, and overall company direction evolves. Therefore, you should try and revisit your branding strategy at least every 6 months and always make sure your brand is aligned with your company goals. The point is, your brand, like any other marketing initiative, should never stay static. Continually revisit and re optimize your brand and business development strategy to ensure it supports the current needs and goals of your business and clients. And
Right,
then moving
fantastic.
to funnels.
Yeah, so I'm going to kick off with the funnels. This is probably my favorite part of the business. So, I mean, when you ask yourself, I mean, what exactly is a funnel? To give it a brief overview, it's essentially a model that shows the route that clients take. So, as Jamie likes to put it, a potential prospect that I would like to see a little bit more of your product to shut up and take my money, pretty much. This involves several stages of client engagement with the brand. As they say in sales, you need to touch base 7 times with a potential prospect before they can become a client. And in the digital age, I believe it's gone up even as high as 21 or 22. I remember reading somewhere. So, I mean, companies use funnels to understand pretty much everything from their clients' needs to optimize their marketing and as well to generate sales and to upsell clients. Think of it this way. You're basically looking first to provide value and then in turn capture potential connections, contact details. I mean, this is pretty much like how you joined us tonight. Once a person signs up, then they can start to see your value chain and see what you do and why you do what you do. Here's a quick question that I always pose to people. Do you think it's more important to have 500 people following you on Facebook or 500 people that have signed up to your newsletter? And it's the latter, by the way. So, the different stages in funnels. So, there are various stages in a marketing funnel, but the stages depend on, first of all, your approach and what kind of clients you're after, what is the client's behavior, how does the sales strategy look. The most relevant stages that we've picked up from our research in today is awareness, interest, consideration, intent, evaluation, and then finally the purchase. So from an awareness point of view, so this is a future client or future prospect that is just getting to know your business. Interest, this is where that lead gains more knowledge about your company and your product, understanding why you do what you do, and having a bit of a deeper dive. Consideration, this is where the lead turns into a prospect. They show more activity by learning about your product and service. This is where they'd start booking calls with you, etc., or emailing your sales team for the good old send me more information email. Intent, the prospect's clients demonstrate their interest in purchasing from you. Evaluation, here buyers make the final decision about whether to buy from you or not. And last of all, once everything's done, the purchase, which is the final part. So some people like to add another 2 stages, which I think is quite prudent to look at. So once a prospect is paid or come on board, you have these 2 stages, loyalty and advocacy. So from a loyalty point of view, so turning a client that was a once-off client that came to you for a specific need and upselling them and always staying front of mind so they come back to you for everything. And lastly, advocacy, the client becomes a brand advocate of yours. Now, when it comes to sales, we all know the best potential lead that you can get any day is a referral. When you've got someone that's beating the drum about how fantastic your business is, you know that you've got a very, very high percentage chance of actually closing them. But the problem is referrals are very inconsistent. And that's where the funnels come in to basically complement the 2 so that they work together work together in harmony. So why it works. Funnels work because you can cast a broad net and capture as many leads out there as possible. Then while you're slowly nurturing this potential prospect and while they're narrowing down pretty much, how do I say it like this? You can cast your net very wide and then slowly but surely show them your brand, show them the value that you are giving. Always stay front of mind. Now, there's always this analogy that when it comes to sales, I mean, if you think about it, if someone phones you in March and they're interested, they just want a little bit more information. You don't want to phone them every month and irritate them until they leave, but you want to stay just enough front of mind that eventually, it's hypothetically in November, they don't forget about you, and then they've got either the financial means or the actual need for your service offering. So pretty much why it works as well. We've got a couple of pointers here too. So it helps to pretty much for you to stay on top of your promotions. So with a marketing funnel, you don't have to puzzle over your next step to attract potential clients. Basically, you can create a package for each stage of the funnel, and this will interact with leads and validate them, either driving them towards a purchase or showcasing your skill sets or showcasing your brand. Second point, increasing your sales. Now, without a funnel, you lose money if a prospect doesn't buy from you immediately. I mean, I know that for a fact. I mean, coming from a sales background where you make more than 200 phone calls a day, if someone doesn't answer your phone, you kind of just forget about them and move on to the next person, just chasing the next sale. Now, you always want them to stay front of mind and not to forget your offer, as well as nurture them. So also think of it like this. Out of every 10 potential prospects that you talk to, 6 are going to be, you can call them time wasters if you're a salesperson because you want the sale immediately. 1 is always willing to buy, and that's the slam dunk. That's what most businesses are actually relying on in this day and age. Then you've got 3 that just need to be a bit more acquainted with your brand or to get a little bit more information. But here's the caveat why funnels work. The 6 people that most salespeople don't really focus on, yeah, you're still focusing on them. So you've got 60% more chance of closing potential deals. All right. So as well, in business-to-business sales, your B2B, closing deals require combined efforts of the marketing and sales team. Now, marketing funnels provide your salespeople with detailed insights into your lead's behavior, which gives them more hints on how to close the lead. So think of it like this. If you are sending out an email a day and the potential prospect is clicking on the email and interacting with the links every single day, you know that person is interested. But however, if you're sending out emails every day and the person is not clicking on the links and hasn't clicked on for the last 2 weeks, the probability of picking up the phone and having a call and nurturing the client is quite low. So yeah, I mean, think of it as well. The best salespeople also can't close bad leads. You need good quality leads coming through to your business the whole time. You can be the best salesperson on the planet, but unfortunately, if the person doesn't fit your business or doesn't have the financial means, it's not going to work out for you. Point 4, saving time and effort, knowing your client's journey from pretty much start to finish and having a plan of activities that follow the client at each stage in this automated process to follow pretty much your marketing efforts. Now, this is also going to save you a lot of time in your business because it's automated. Each potential prospect goes through the same sequence of events and gets reacquainted and acquainted with your brand. And 5, retaining customers. This is a plan for the post-purchase, so after the client has bought your service or offering. And this helps also just to keep clients engaged because, you always want to focus on these 3. And first of all, relationships. Second of all, value. And third of all, the sale. Those are the 3 cardinals that you need to focus on when it comes to marketing. All right. Let's have a look at disqualifying some false beliefs and rebuilding some new ones. So when it comes to funnels, people have some very, very strong beliefs that might be putting their company's growth on hold. We've done quite a bit of research and we found these are pretty much the top 8 big false beliefs that we've encountered in our business over the last year or 2. A lot of people think the bigger the better. Many times marketers assume that the bigger is better when it comes to your funnels, but honestly, that's not always the case. If you have a huge business with multiple offerings, your funnel might be a little bit longer, but the rule is keep it simple. In fact, I know many businesses who are thriving with their funnels that are very, very simple. If you keep it simple, your pipeline if you keep it simple, then your pipeline can be built in a matter of clicks. You don't want to create that, what do you call it? Like slowing down that whole process. You want to make sure that it can be as quick as possible for the client to click and get what they want from you. So often simpler is more successful. Coming back to that KISS, as Jamey likes to put it, you keep it simple and significant. So how many steps should your funnel have? However many it takes for you to pretty much accomplish your goal. So you start small and you build from there. This is where pretty much our skill set comes in after testing thousands of funnels in multiple industries, running many A and B split tests. So we've kind of found a way and figured out what works for which specific industry. So, for example, if you're selling a product or if you're selling a service, there needs to be a different way to approach that funnel. Let's say, for example, if you're selling a service is always something that's up in the air. So you need to prove your worth and prove your value first before you go ahead and ask for the person to come through in the funnel, for example. 2, you need IT experience to create your funnel. Now, you look at someone that doesn't have the greatest IT skills on the planet, and even I can do that, and Jamey's even nodding her head there because she knows. Jamey, please send me this email, thank you. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you don't really need a doctorate in web development or whatever it comes, or huge in-depth in coding and whatnot. A lot of the funnel software is very intuitive and very easy to get used to. A lot of it is drag and drop, and coming back to the core tenet of just keeping it simple. Point 3. You need to do it the right way. Now, this is also a tough one. So if you believe that there's a right way of making a funnel, think again. The truth is, honestly, there's no right way. There's just the right way that's for you. Now, remember, in internet marketing, you got various tools such as funnels, and a lot of the time they revolve around testing and experimentation the whole time. And this is the core thing that you need to focus on. You need to keep experimenting and keep looking to try and improve as you go. Now, you're going to come across a lot of gurus that come around and say, oh, just buy my funnel and it'll show you how to sell. The best thing to actually do is to go ahead and look at your competitors, see what they're doing, and see the most successful competitors and take it from there. The point 4, the shorter, the better. Now, there is really no ideal length for funnel, as we mentioned earlier. It all comes down to your products or services, who you're trying to target, what you're trying to receive from them. Are you trying to go for brand awareness? What is your customer's journey? Point is, you just need to give the users everything that they need. And it's very hard to do that. There's no exact science. So whenever it comes and everyone asks me, is marketing a science? Yes, it is. You've got to look at a lot of stats and play in Excel a lot. But the fact of the matter is, it's also an art. You need to be able to finesse it properly and find the right way around it. 5, funnels are only for online businesses. Now, this is also another false belief, because I know quite a few, whether it be chiropractors or physiotherapists, that are actually using funnels in conjunction with actually their website. Sorry guys, I just lost my space there. There's many different ways to go about that. Point 6, you must have paid traffic in your sales funnels. This is also a huge false belief. So almost no other traffic source is as predictable and easily maneuverable as paid traffic, which usually makes it the obvious choice when it comes to choosing a traffic source, especially for startup businesses. So even though it may be the obvious choice, it's not the only choice out there, and other sources can be good, if not better. Whether you are following a email marketing campaign to send out to a database of people that you've built up, as I mentioned earlier, your 500 people, whether you're logging into LinkedIn and sending it out to your top potential clients, let's say your top 100 people that you want to do business with. You could be running surveys, question and answers, and more. Number 7, creating funnels are expensive. This belief goes hand in hand also with the previous one. After all, marketing tools, do not come free, but there's so many different options out there that you can find a specific funnel platform or funnel environment that can actually meet all of your needs. This means that if you do your research, you know exactly what you're looking for, and you can choose something that really suits both your needs and your affordability and whatnot. Now, if you're pretty much looking to choose a funnel, you kind of want to look at these features: landing pages, your checkout pages if you're running a e-com or online store. You want to do a lot of A/B testing. How does this landing page relate to this landing page? What is the signups, conversions, as well as email marketing, which is very important and a lot of people forget about in this day and age. So 8, this funnel will work for you. So there's so many books, YouTube videos, and links out there that claim that a specific person's funnel will work for you. Now, the funnel might work for you, but it also might not. Odds are that it probably won't, because if it was really that good, they wouldn't be selling the template. So there's no one way or one hack to make a funnel work for everyone. Since every business or client, Jamey, would you just check screen refresh? Yeah, there we go. Sorry. So since every business or client is unique, all the funnels need to actually be unique. Yes, you can have a similar layout or take some inspiration, but I guarantee at the end, the product will be completely different to what you had thought out to have done. So there's honestly no one-size-fits-all solution. The truth is, great sales funnels do not only depend on your product, offer, and objective, but instead it's reflection as well as your business itself and how trustworthy and unique it has been perceived by your clients. If your clients don't understand or trust you, whatever you will be offering, or if your funnels are too complicated for them to get to the next step, then even the best layouts will definitely fall. But remember, it always comes down to the first core thing: build relationships, provide value, and then only look for a sale. Now, whatever way you want to go about that, those are the 3. And always try and incorporate that as well into your funnels. Have enough call to actions, but make sure that it's not just 3,000% sales. You need to show your worth to your potential prospects.
So let's talk about secret number 3. So I know last month's webinar, we spoke about direct outreach, but we kind of need to emphasize how important direct outreach is for most companies. I mean, this will work for any company. So the classic direct outreach methodologies that you know of is cold calling, bulk emails to cold databases, and so on. And I mean, when last have you bought something from someone who called you or emailed you out of the blue? With Popia, you also aren't allowed to pick up the yellow pages and start hammering the phone. So how do you get around this? We use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. To quote directly from the LinkedIn website, Sales Navigator is a sales intelligence platform that enables virtual selling by allowing sales professionals to build and maintain relationships with their buyers at scale. Sales Navigator is designed to be a centerpiece and fixture for modern B2B sales teams, integrating with other sales technologies such as CRM to provide a foundation of trusted, reliable, real-time data. It features a powerful set of capabilities, improved visibility into extended networks, and personalized algorithms to help you reach the right decision makers at the right time. The cost per month is roughly 1,250 Rand. I think it might have gone up. I'll just have to double check that, depending on the exchange rate. So why does it work? Remember what the 3 degrees of separation is. Now, the same can be applied to social media. The first degree, people you're directly connected to because you have accepted their invitation to connect, or they have accepted your invitation. The second degree, people who are connected to your first degree connections, and the third degree, people who are connected to your second degree connections. You'll see a third degree icon next to their name in search results and on their profile. You can't connect them though, with an email or an introduction. So why is it so important? If you're looking to expand your current network, you don't want to be capped at only first and second tier connections. You want to be able to target your ideal client avatar irrespective of who your mates are and who is connected to them or not. We prefer to follow a personal touch. We are big proponents of business automation, but don't believe in that chatbots or automated AI messages being blasted out. You must remember that each prospect is different and needs different attention. Prospects are very clever and can quickly pick up if bots or AI is involved. Remember, 3% of all prospects are always ready to buy, and therefore you should allow them to do so. And at the same time, being able to provide value and nurture leads without coming across as salesy. This is where the human element comes in to escalate these types of leads through the respective sales departments to finalize the prospect's needs, i.e., buying your products or services. Now, a couple of false beliefs. Yet again, we did some research to find some false belief with regards to direct outreach, so we can debunk them for you and let your company's growth flourish. Every single message or email must be personalized. I know, I just said we like the personal touch, but personalized messages to each of your contacts could take you forever to get to. I mean, imagine you decide to send a new message out once a week and you have 1,500 contacts. A personalized message to each of them will take you hours, and I can guarantee you will not get through it in one day. Using a set messaging sequence makes the process much easier and much less time consuming. There still needs to be a personalized touch in your sequence, making your recipients feel like the message was specifically sent to them. So remember, when it comes to sending out your messages, it's all about how you are pitching and not at all about the amount of people you are sending that same pitch to. Number two, the more messages you send, the more results you will get. Now, you have moved to an easier process to reach some more people in a lesser amount of time. So now you must blast these messages out to thousands of people a day, right? Well, in the beginning it might work, but the results will start declining over time. Why? Because now you're spamming people. You will get blocked as a spammer. I mean, imagine getting a new pitch message from a person every single day or multiple times a day. Damn, too much. So you shouldn't personalize each message so you can reach more people, but you still shouldn't try and reach thousands of people a day. What a contradiction. Well, let me simplify this. Give yourself a number of prospects you'd like to reach a month. We chose 400 and send 20 connection requests a day. The ones who've accepted gets a thank you message and will only get the next message on your next sequence the following week. If you receive a response from one of your connections, do not blast them with another message on your sequence, but instead respond to them in a personalized way. This will take about an hour a day, except for the days that you send out your next message on your sequence, which might just take a little bit longer. Number three, finding your ideal client avatar via direct outreach is expensive. Now, as a digital marketer, I love my tools. The more tools, the better. But with that being said, if you use a tool to automate your messaging sequence, you will be making a big mistake. Firstly, yes, it's expensive, and you will come off way too spammy or salesy. That's why we suggest Sales Navigator. They give you a section where you can search your ideal client's avatar, save your leads, and message them. Yes, it becomes tedious to make sure you are constantly following up and keeping up to date with your connections. But once you have your groove, you'll start seeing the prospects roll in. Number four, you need a hustle. Now, I've been in sales for many years, so I understand this false belief. Am I the best salesperson? No. But I'd like to think that I've been good at it. Like I mentioned before, I like the psychology of sales and marketing. I like to think that I have hustle. I mean, personally, I will work and work and work and get something valuable to show my clients and potentially, gain more. I mean, I want to land them. The more clients, the better, right? And constant hard work pays off. Now, I hustled so hard that I had no energy to do anything else. And when I decided to take some downtime, I didn't have energy for it. My hobbies went out the door, my relationships, nothing in my personal life made sense anymore. Because even if I was there, my mind was on work. And I would get frustrated with my colleagues because I'd have to wait for them to get things done before I could continue with my work. So eventually, I needed to find some sort of balance between work and personal life and everything else. So I decided to work smart instead of hard. Easier said than done, I know. Now imagine you run a campaign for 6 months, working your fingers to the bone. You targeted 6,000 people and you gained 1% of those clients. That is 60 clients over 6 months. Well done. Now imagine you run a shorter campaign, let's say monthly campaigns. You target only 400 clients a month with a more personalized approach, leaving you time to refine things and still have your off time and gain 5% of those clients. That is 20 clients a month, resulting in 120 clients over a 6 month span. Would you say the shorter campaign would be more worth your while? I believe in these shorter campaigns because I want to know if the campaign was worth it and if it had worked. I don't want to spend months pushing a dead, boring campaign. We want to suss out the good and the bad ideas. And we can manage the workload and content so we could all have some downtime and have a great balanced life. With that being said, if you have to hustle your way to success, then you're probably trying way too hard. Number five, you can only pitch to friends or friends of friends. This belief was true years ago. You could only become successful if you knew the right people or had the money to buy the right people. Not anymore though. Personally, I am not the most social person. I find it very hard to speak to people and my anxiety kills me. So finding the right way to get new clients on board without actually walking up to a friend of a friend, shaking their hand and pitching my idea. Maybe if I did more online networking, then I would have found more clients. But honestly, that to me is the same as walking up to a friend of a friend at a party. So ask myself, am I trying to make a new friend or am I trying to gain a new client? The answer was the latter. So then I thought, well, then I don't need to be friends with someone for them to like my content. This is where Sales Navigator made my life easier. And my personalized messaging sequence came in handy. I found my ideal client's avatar that was not connected to my friends list at all and started connecting with them. Not making new friends, but gaining potential prospects. Remember, a good prospecting is the core of relationship building.
Perfect. Thanks for that, Jamie.